So, welcome to the class 4. Hello, everyone. And today's topic is topics and cards. So, as we have seen in the previous session, we basically we have explored the fundamentals of building conversational experiences. We have developed Copilot Studio agents, and we managed to see that how large language models can help us to create more natural and engaging interactions. We also saw that if I keep web enabled on Copilot Studio agents, then the agent can respond based on the wider web resources, and there would be another issue with that because that won't be applicable for organizational process or policies, right? Because the data is coming from wider websites, and that's where enterprise location it would be a challenge. And on one of the session, we saw that how can we develop or how can we build a Copilot Studio agent with SharePoint knowledge source, or we have as well surfaced the PDF which was uploaded, or PDF or document we can upload, and that could be another knowledge source which can be agent using to answer all IT service desk queries, because we are building uh, agent which is applicable for IT service desk. So from the beginning, we have started the project theme, and we are working with IT help desk triage agent. So we have seen that how we can build first agent. We need to define some clear instructions. What is clear instructions means what is weak and strong instructions. We have seen this. We saw that how to ground the knowledge and how RAC can retrieve the right information, or we can use SharePoint as knowledge source. And we have compared what is grounded and non-grounded. And last week we have seen how RAC plays the role. And now this session is about topics and cards. And this is the most important or extremely important topic. Why? Because how can we guide our agents to do conversation intentionally rather than non-deterministic? How can we make them as a deterministic? How can make the agent behavior um, in structured and meaningful as well, so that there would be inputs from the user which are meaningful. And why this matters, because in real life applications, conversations are not just about chatting, right? You are just giving one question and then it's giving some response. It's not about chatting, but they are about sometimes capturing information, important information, guiding users towards outcome. And we need to ensure that consistency is also there in responses. And that's where topics and cards comes into the picture. I would like to start the conversation with one question. How many of you have started Copilot Studio agent development?
I have.
Good. Okay. And did you manage to type a just to a kind of one message to agent, and then it is just giving back something which you felt that it's completely random. It's not relevant to the topic.
So what I did was to inform the agents to use only the content I've provided.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you need to provide some right content so that your agent would respond accordingly, right? Otherwise, it would just provide you random information, and that's where we need to be. We need to make sure that how we can get the information in right structure and right way, because otherwise we would just get random answers, and that's the point which we are going to see here. So just imagine you are IT service desk manager at a company called Contoso Technology. There are 500 staff or more than 500, and there is only one shared IT mailbox and two agents on shifts. So every day your team is getting so many messages, like user would be sending out the message, my laptop is broken, I can't log in, please help, or VPN is not working. So all these are random questions. There is no context, there is no device name mentioned, no error code mentioned, no priority, just vibe. So every other user is just sending message, incomplete information again, that my laptop is broken. How can I get the information, more information, that which laptop, which device name, what was the previous error message, is there any error code, and what would be the priority, how your issue is on priority. So all this information needs to be captured so that IT service desk officer can engage on that and resolve the issue quickly. So our IT service desk agent is going to change that. So now fundamental question is that every Copilot Studio builders face, Copilot Studio agent faces that when I do write a topic, and can LLM just handle it? So when should I use topic? Or LLM can handle it, because even though I send out any message, then LLM can send me some response. So that's the decision we need to make sure. And there can be some multi-step conversational flow as well. So not a single question and a single answer, because a proper staged conversation that guides a user from my laptop broken question to fully logged incident record should be step by step, right? So what are the multi-step conversational flows if we are saying that, just my slides. Yeah. So what is multi-step conversational flow? Because most of the user interactions are not just one question or one answer, as I mentioned you. For example, let's take one scenario. I want to book an appointment. You may need more answers to that question. You may need a date. You may need a time for that appointment. You need to confirm the details. And maybe even you need to validate the input as well. So these are all multi conversational flows. And this is something which which cannot handled with single response, right? So there would be, and you would need a guided flow where each step logically follows the previous one. If I say I have my VPN is not working, then why? What is the error message, as we discussed previously? So there are number of sequential questions which needs to be asked to get the extract of that issue. And that's called as multi-step conversational flow. And the third is adaptive card. So this one is my personal favorite, because instead of asking user to type a free text answer, you can render a mini form right inside the chat window, which can have drop downs, which can have date pickers, checkboxes. That would be structured, clean, and validated data every single time. So all the questions which I want to capture from the user can be sent on one adaptive card, and everything would be captured in one go. And then we are going to build, based on all these uh, patterns, we are going to build the agent today. Okay, before we touch to Copilot Studio, we should understand what are these terms, what are these building blocks, because we are going to build, or we are going to understand these topics or these concepts very clearly. What is topic? So topic is a guided conversational path, and which is used for high stakes or repeatable flows. So in a normal conversation, if the LLM is improvising, right? It's doing its best based on what you said. And a topic is just opposite of improvisation. It's a script, it's a procedure, a defined path through the conversation. So let's consider a scenario in our IT service desk scenario as well. Think of it like without a topic, how LLM would work. Just a question like same question. My VPN has stopped working. If user is saying, then agent would come back and respond. I'm sorry to hear that. Have you tried restarting it? And also, which OS you are working on? When did it start? Is it your work laptop or personal? All these questions in one go. So, 4 5 questions all at once before it even knows who the user is. And no incident number, no priority, no audit trail. And you never know that user is going to respond all those questions or not, right? So that's where topic comes into the picture. It would be just guided and structured. So with the same example, if user says my VPN has stopped working, agent would come back. Can I confirm your email ID or employee ID? Then user can respond that. Again, agent would come back. Oh, is it your primary device or is it personal device? Then user would say again, yes. Agent would come back again. Let me log it as a priority incident. Can you please describe the error message? So this is multi-level flow, right? Conversational path. So one question at a time would be happening, and then accordingly, all the identity would be confirmed, device would be get confirmed, priority will set according to the user's role or impact. And this is what a topic gives you, a structured path. And then what is trigger phrases? Trigger phrase is just the doorbell for your topic. So trigger is like um, when your topic gets activated, or for example, reset my password. That is the topic, and that would trigger my topic. So trigger phrase is just like when Copilot Studio hears something that matches, it would fire the topic. And those phrases could be like, my VPN is not working, as I mentioned, or reset my password. It would just fire the topic. These are the trigger phrases, and these trigger phrases will fire this topic. So now it's important that because Copilot Studio uses AI matching and it's not keyword matching because it's semantic search. So that's where you don't need to predict every possible way a user might say something. You just need to give enough examples to understand the intent. So there could be trigger phrases like reset my password, I need help. Um, you must have seen some of the trigger phrases are like hi, hello, and then agent gets started, agent starts working on it, or he would respond with the question what you want to do, that kind of. These are the trigger phases which we need to define, and then accordingly a structured path would get followed. So what would be the good trigger phrases? Like I need to report an IT issue, my laptop is not working. What are your common phrases in your organization? You can add those, like log an incident for me, I'm having technical problem, my VPN has stopped connecting. Those should be good trigger phrases, and you should not be vague. So basically just mentioning, oh, I have a problem, uh, please help me, it's broken. Rather than that, just make sure that you are having good trigger phrases and good right problem basically. So those would help clearly in Copilot Studio as well. So it would help you to signal to confidently route to your topic. And then next topic is node. So node is just single step inside your topic. Think of it as one instruction in a recipe. So there are like 5 types which you will be using constantly. There are multiple types, but most of them are like mm, messages. You may ask some questions, follow-up questions to the user. There could be some conditions, there could be actions, end topic. All these types are node types. And there could be some examples like conditions would be like if priority is critical, then escalate immediately. These kind of would be the conditions. So one key rule with node is one job per node. So don't ask 3 questions in single message. Ask one, store it, and then move on so that the whole flow becomes readable, testable, and maintainable. And as I mentioned, adaptive card is just a mini form inside the chat, which will have input, drop down buttons, everything. So let's see how we can work it out. Adaptive card would be solving your problem completely. Instead of a free text, you would render a form inside the chat and you would be able to see all the information in one go rather than multiple conversational flow. So let's go to the Copilot Studio where I would like to show how to create and report an incident topic or how to add trigger phrases as well. And let's see how to build adaptive card as well. And then we need to test the flow. Okay, moving to the Copilot Studio. We have worked with this Copilot IT help desk agent. Hope you have created as well. Have you worked on this? Have you started building the IT service desk agent or anything else? Good. I can see some hands raised, so that's really good sign. So if I want to get started, you know how that could be. Easier one, I would like to showcase you first the agent and then let's get started from the beginning. So this is my agent where I have provided a right set of instructions. And what are good instructions? We have already discussed this. You need to provide purpose, you need to have some guidelines, skills, and you should provide step-by-step instructions as well. And last time we had added knowledge source as well. And you can add as a uploaded knowledge source or SharePoint, whichever is the right fit that should be added up. And what's what's in knowledge, which we have uploaded here, you would be able to see in the knowledge. Tools, I think we have covered last time. How can we add tools? So tools are basically action which will be with the number of connectors. There are 1500 plus connectors which you can connect and do some actions. Then agents are like, we will cover this topic in next week, how multi-agent would work. We would be able to show you. And this is the topic which we were discussing. So basically, as I mentioned, um, there are 4 custom topics. I have created one more topic that is custom, and by default, there are 9 system topics which you can't delete. However, there are custom topics, and you can get started with creating new topic as well. I have created a new topic here, which is like how can I ask more questions to the user or get more information if a user wants to request for access, because we were able to get some of the question answer previously on the agent. But if I want to get more information, for example, if some users are asking for requesting access, so I need to understand which uh, which system they want to access, right? If I go with multi-conversational flow, then it would be just like first question would be which system, then by which date you want to add, what would be the justification, has your manager approved? So these would be like 4 5 questions. Rather than that, we can cover in adaptive card. And I'm going to show you a quick trick as well, how to get started with adaptive card. And because previously adaptive card was pretty challenging, but now I find this interesting with this quick trick. So now this one is again message node, as I was explaining that there are number of nodes. Message would be a node, and this is the whole topic, and this is the trigger. I hope you got the understanding now. What's the difference between trigger, node, and topic? And now I'll show you how agent is behaving after creating topic as well. And yeah, you have seen what are the activities we have covered previously, how activity works or how evaluations are um, playing the role in testing and making our agent foolproof. So let's get started. What I'll do, uh, I'll create a new agent quickly and let's go through that. Oh, first I would like to show you how this is behaving. So let's say if I say one of the conversational, sorry, one of the topic here, one of the agent conversation here, interaction. So my VPN is not working. How the flow is working, just see here. Search sources, it would just go through the knowledge sources because I have disabled web. So it would just ground my responses through the knowledge sources which I have provided. So if you see here, it's thinking at the moment, and then it came with some of the responses, and it's referencing to my support document. Okay, so this was the one which where knowledge sources are taking into account. Now, if I ask some questions, for example, if I ask that please grant me access. So this was one of my trigger phrase for topic. Now topic should get triggered. Yeah. Now I can see the topic has triggered and it's providing me the adaptive card. It's asking me all the questions through adaptive card. So now here I can add up multiple answers in one go, and I can mention here that I need the access for automation. You can make these as mandatory fields as well. Has your manager approved? Yes or no? And then I can submit the request. At the moment, I'm just going to show you how to use adaptive card. But later on in next session, we are going to show you how to add this into SharePoint or some other system as well. So now if you see the response has been added up here that your access request has been recorded. This will be processed and what were my input, those are already showing up here. So everything which was been provided by the user has been logged. Okay, now let's see how to get started with this. If I get started with the new agent, as we mentioned previously, we can just quick we can give just a quick description of the agent, and that would help us to build the agent. We want a help desk agent for Contoso employees that answer questions on Contoso IT policies including password resets, VPN setup, laptop provisioning, etc., etc. And the agent should cite the relevant policy when it answers. And what I have done simultaneously, I have created a document, Word document, which is with the help of Copilot again. So now this has already been, this is already ready with all the description, all the instructions. And now if I want to add, so if you see here, web search is enabled. And I would like to show you how it responds when web is enabled. With the same questions, let's say my VPN is not working, is my question. If I want to ask the agent, how would that respond? Let's see. So if you see, it's searching the knowledge source. However, it's getting the knowledge from websites, which we don't know, PPCC, Copilot Studio Labs. So this is just status from contoso.com, which is not our organizational policy. And if I want to ground it to my organization policy, then what needs to be done? I need to attach my knowledge source here. I can either attach through SharePoint or I can attach through uploading a file as well. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload this with one of my document. This is Contoso IT support desk document, which has all my frequently asked questions, and those are based on my organizational policies. So now you need to again start a new session and let's ask the same question. But before that, what we need to do? We need to disable this web. So I don't want to get the general information, but I want to stick to the my organizational policies and make sure when you are adding a knowledge, it would take a couple of minutes to get this document in ready state. At the moment, it's showing up in progress. So let's wait for a moment. Once it is ready, make sure that you are creating a new session to test this out. Again, these are the conversational topic start. If you see, if you want to change, then you can go here and change the initial message as well. So here, this is coming from here. So if I want to change, then what I need to do, I need to go on the conversational start topics and I can change that. I'm just, okay, because this is, let's save this. Okay, and now if I want to test it out, Once again, if I see here, now it's showing up. How can I help you today? However, previously there was no today keyword, which we have changed. But again, feel free to add, do many more changes here. I'm just showcasing quickly. So now let's see if our document is ready. Not in ready state at the moment, but by that time, let's start with topic. So how to get started with topic? So there are two ways to create topic. One is from blank and another one is add from description with Copilot. So we can take help of the Copilot. And now I'm going to name this as request access topic, and I can provide more details to this. So what my point is here, I want to create a topic that would handle some of the key phrases, or I can provide more details as well rather than just key phrases. I can mention that what are the sequences which I need. So I'm just saying that this topic should trigger when user says like, I need access, request access, in what type of phrases this trigger should this topic should get triggered. We need to mention that, and then bot should ask or the agent should ask, recognize what type of system or application they are asking for the access, asking the access, then ask for what type of access request, if they if it is system or application name, what is the role for department, many more information we can ask, and then we can bot should confirm that your access has been recorded, will be processed. This would be the response later on, and then we can mention that you can contact IT support or request if required. So this is my explanation for the moment for this topic. So now it would generate a topic. Yes. So everything is ready now. If you see here, as we discussed previously, there are like multi-level conversational flows. So when this would topic would get created or topic would get triggered, it would ask which system application do you need? What type of role is this? So it would be just multi-level conversation. But as we discussed, this can be changed with adaptive card. And what we are going to do now, we are going to make that change and how to get started with adaptive card as well. So what my point is, rather than sending these three messages, we will change it to adaptive card. So what you need to do, ask with adaptive card. You can just go on here and select this one. And now if you select here, it will show you the designer where you can navigate. So this is the edit with adaptive card. Have you worked with adaptive card on Power Automate as well? If you have worked on Power Platform, then sometime you can work on adaptive cards as well. So now here you can go and you can design your adaptive card, and this is the site where you can design adaptivecards.io, where there are uh, number of samples as well. You would be able to see. However, you can add one by one action based on your requirement. So if I want any field which is having choice, it would just keep on adding up JSON here. You see here. So we need to make sure that we are adding every other field, and here as you go on that would get changed the label as well. Yeah, so this is the way how you need to design the whole form, the one which I showcased you. Rather than doing this, what I do usually, I would just take help from Copilot, M365 Copilot. And if you see, I have created one which is like I've just given the command to Microsoft M365 Copilot that create adaptive card for Copilot Studio. And what I want to do, I want some of the settings, which is like I want to have title as a request access, which would be size, what size it would be. Then I want to have choice set. which would have drop down values, SharePoint, Salesforce, all these things. And then next would be access level. There would be three choices, then justification. Everything has been added, and action.submit is like for submission. So everything can be added as a text on Copilot. And then now it would format for me the whole JSON. It would create a adaptive card JSON for me. And I just need to grab this JSON. So rather than me creating from scratch, I would just copy this, Control C, and now I would just add up here. Great. If you see here, it's showing me three options: very narrow, narrow, or standard width, or wide as well. So now I can select any of them, and I want to get started with any option. And now I can close this and I can save this. Okay, done. Now let's get back to our topic. So now you are able to see here. Perfect. This is such a quick way to get started with adaptive card. And now we don't need to have all these questions. Rather than having multiple conversational questions, we have changed it through adaptive card. So now I'm going to delete this. You can make sure what you want to add up all the questions, and accordingly you can convert it into the adaptive card. Now I'm just responding that your access request has been recorded. If you need immediate assistance, please contact IT support desk. And for testing purpose, what I can do, I can just add all these adaptive cards input with all these variables, because all the inputs are getting stored into the variable which are showing up here, like access level is showing up as stored as this variable. All these things you can add up here so that it would show up that it's correctly recorded for your testing purpose, and a user's perspective as well. He would understand that, oh, this is the right information. So this is access level, which has been recorded into the one of the variable. From here, you can insert the variable and you can find out all these variables. Then I will just, for the demo purpose, I will just capture few of the inputs. Perfect. So this is the topic which we have created so quickly. Perfect. Our topic has been created now. Now let's test this out. And if you see, what were the trigger phrases when this topic would get called up? When I say something like, how can I get access? Can I have access? Grant me access. These are the trigger phrases when this topic would get triggered. So let's test this out with one of the trigger phrase. Cool. So it's coming up with the adaptive card. So now I can add up the information. If you see, it's it's showing up me all the tracking. And submit request. So This has been already added up and everything is showing up as the response from the agent as well. So this is really nice response, of nicely framed response. Why? Because I have added the instruction here, and that instruction is giving such a nice look and feel for the output as well. If you see, your instruction should have uh, those details. So here we are mentioning that provide uh, accurate and professional conversation or professional way of uh, display as well. So that's where this agent is now using our topics as well as this using knowledge. Any questions? I hope that was helpful and that was pretty clear to everyone. Any questions?
No questions from
Please,
my end. I think it's quite understandable.
please don't forget to record your attendance. And yeah, I managed to get this really quicker way with this M365 Copilot's adaptive card. I really loved it, the way how it creates JSON very easily and formats it very nicely as well. So I think you should get started with this anyway. So new Copilot Studio interface is coming up very soon. It's in preview. They are going to get away with the topic. However, adaptive card will be really helpful in future as well because it can be used in agent flows or workflows, which is the new way of working now in Copilot Studio. Very soon it would be coming up. However, our knowledge is not going to get wasted anyway. So we will be using adaptive cards in future as well. Great. Thank you so much, everyone. And you should get started with now capstone project. Have you brainstorm any ideas? What would be your project? Let's have a discussion on our WhatsApp chat. However, I would like to see um, some assessment to be done from you. And I will send out the assessment on WhatsApp channel. I would like to see some of the agents building up now, the way which we have created IT help desk. If you can get started with any of the idea, get started with having knowledge, adding up knowledge source, adding up tools, and now adding up topics as well. So far, we have covered all these four topics, and you should get started and you should showcase some knowledge on it and your understanding from these sessions as well. That would be helpful. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for your time. See you next week. Thank you. Please don't forget to record your attendance. Bye bye.